Hello, beautiful souls. I didn't have anything really on my radar to bring up today, so I connected with Lord Ashtar and just asked him if he would come forward. And he said he would like to address what I've been tuning into is a lot of sadness and perhaps discouragement in the world right now that a lot of people are feeling. I'm feeling it in the mass consciousness, was feeling very tired yesterday, like I couldn't do anything, and just kind of a sadness that didn't feel like it was mine. There was no reason for me to be having it. And so he said he would like to address that today in this channeling. And then I'll bring through some light language as well, just to support us in moving up above that and releasing some of that sadness that's held for so many people right now. It's just been such a long go with everything that we're going through, and then just more recent events that are creating a lot of different feelings for different people, and people are feeling divided because of that. So we'll just invite in Lord Ashtar and see what he has to say to support us all in this. Indeed, beloved ones, it is my joy and grace to come before you. And I see you, each of you who are tuning in to listen to this, who are present with your own pure, loving hearts, wanting only the highest and best for all life, the highest outcome for humanity and the evolution of the earth at this time. Many indeed being very discouraged by what they see playing out in the world, many feeling somewhat hopeless, and certainly many more feeling that they are done with the restrictions and all that's being placed upon you. And we want you to know, beloveds, that this is very real, and you are in a pivotal time on your earth where you are going through the most difficult stage at this now moment of this ascension, this transition into a higher frequency of being, and the purging of the old system that has tried to hold you back for so long, has held you back for so long, and is now trying to hold on, even though it's very obvious and evident that the level of light, the frequency that is on your planet at this time, will not sustain these systems any longer. So those that have been holding you back are very good at programming people. And this is happening, so then this is stalling the forward progress for humanity. So for those of you who are aware and know the bigger picture and know that ascension is a conscious choice, and those of you who are listening to this and doing your work and doing your internal work and your conscious reprogramming of who you are, and acknowledging that there is a whole new world there for you to be living in, you are being influenced then by the energy of this other field that is there. And of course, this is what is creating the divide. But for the sensitives, who most of the people who are knowing that you're in this time of ascension and that there is this new potential, you are the sensitives. And so the frequency, the sensitivity that allowed you to awaken and allowed you to be ready to move forward is also the sensitivity then that has you tuning into the lower frequency energies that are being fed in a cycle of digression from where you're meant to be. So these two polarities are acting out very strongly on the planet at this time. However, we want you to know that you will very soon see change coming about. There is still more of the old to unfold, but do not be discouraged, because it is still your victory. Ascension is assured. and nothing will get in the way of that. It's just like walking in the forest. When you leave the trail, you find yourself climbing over, down trees, climbing under fall branches. It's a slow go. And this is kind of where you are right now. You're still on your way, but the trail is not as clear as it could be because there are all this other debris that is falling down in the process of this that you then have to step over to get to the light at the end of the tunnel, you could say, that you know is there, and you can see it and you can feel it. And so if you can connect with that energy of knowing that that light frequency is there, and spend time imagining and envisioning what you would foresee the beautiful new earth, the beautiful new world that each one of you is creating with your thoughts would be like, the more you spend time envisioning that, the more you're going to keep yourself above the dark shadows that are lurking underneath you. And the more you're also going to contribute to bringing that world forward ever sooner. For so many people are lost on a cycle of being manipulated and being pulled into fear and responding from a fear-based manner of living and being. Then the more of you who hold the light and envision the future that everyone would want to live in, the more you are then contributing to creating that future and allowing others to see that light. It's almost like they will see you like a beacon of light coming down into the denser energy where they are. So, beloveds, we would invite you to entertain what it would feel like to be in a community where everybody is kind and loving and supportive, and to know that everybody's needs are met, and that everybody has a place to live, and that nobody is left to go hungry. This is all possible, easily possible. Don't let your mind go to think, well, where would all the money for that come from? Believe us when we tell you, if you knew the wealth distribution in this world and the wealth that was available, it would be very obvious that everything would be there that would be needed to have this outcome for all of humanity. And not only that, but new technology could come in that would make everything more affordable, and energy would be perpetual, so you wouldn't be raping and pillaging the earth the way that you have been either. So everything could very easily be restored. Allow people to grow food in their own communities, in their own homes. Teach them how to do this. It's ridiculous that there are places in the world where you're not allowed to collect rainwater. Who owns the rain? This is how ridiculous it has become. So know that it would be very easy once all of this shifts, all of this restriction that has been squeezing you so tight is lifted. Life can change very quickly into what you may want to describe as utopia, because it will feel so different from what you are living in now. So do not let the mind limit you when you are imagining this new world. Envision the outcome. This one just was in a session, and this was what she shared because she is learning this more and more for herself. It's not the steps. You don't have to know the steps. You just envision the outcome, as many people who speak about manifestation have spoken of. And so do not let the mind interfere with this beautiful vision of what your world is going to be like, because you make the decision of what your world is going to be like. You decide in every moment. This one, a couple of days ago, saw something wanting to manifest very quickly, and she immediately was like, that's not my outcome. That's not what I'm choosing. And it immediately shifted. And this is where you are now. This is the energy you are in. If you only knew that you could do this so quickly and so readily, it takes this firm determination that you are the creator of your world, and you will not accept that unfavorable outcome. Oh, no, you're not there. I'm choosing this. And instantly you can change it, because that's the frequency that you are in now. But so many people are feeling limited and restricted because of the programming that's been fed to you and is amped up at this time. Then you tend to, when you just stay in the mind of what was, that's where you go. So we want you to expand and to realize that you're living in a different energy now. You've got a new flavor of soup. This one kind of likes to liken it to, being in a pot of soup and all the veggies are the people and the broth is the energy that you are living in. Well, you've got a much sweeter broth here now, and it's much lighter. And so you can be exploring, what does it mean to be living in this higher frequency that's here, especially since the solstice? There was a big shift on the solstice. So begin to ask your higher self, your inner knowing, your heart, the all that is within you, what does it mean to be living in this higher frequency? What is the potential that's there for me now that I've never been taught, that I've never known, that I've never learned? And part of it is this piece of being solid in what you will accept and what you will not accept from the world. And you simply say, I'm not accepting that. And if you don't see it happen instantly, don't lose faith in this. Continue to do it until it becomes a strong part of who you are, until it lands in all the way down into your heart. So then it becomes your known expression of who you are and what it means to be living in these times. So, beloveds, we will leave it with that. Invite you to, when things begin to feel dreary and tired, know that your imagination is the same as reality. So you might go into your imagination for a while and spend 20 minutes, half an hour there living in this beautiful place, and your body feels lighter and your heart feels lighter because you're envisioning this and you're enjoying it, and then come out and say, oh, nothing has changed. Here, I'm still here. You just undo everything that you did. Know that where you are in that imagination is real. And maybe you can bring it into this now moment. Maybe you can shift this now moment by bringing some of that magic with you into this moment, and imagine that in this moment, some of that is alive already. Don't limit yourself by thinking, okay, I go to my imagination, then I come back here and I'm in this life that I'm not really enjoying right now. Be creative. How can I bring that into this moment right now? Maybe you'll get up and cook yourself something very special for dinner. Maybe you'll imagine that special people are with you that you're missing and you wish were there. You are creating by doing this, beloveds. And so again, we invite you to remember that when you envision these things, you're envisioning the outcome only, not the process of how to get there, because that's how the mind likes to trip you up and think it's really hard and difficult and it could never happen. The universe can make anything happen. Your creative imagination can make anything happen. If you have imagined it, it's already happened somewhere, and it's living out your imagined potential. It's already there. So know that you don't allow the mind to come in and dismiss what you've done or try to limit what you choose to have in your life, what you choose to create. The mind doesn't know how to get there, but the great potential within you knows it's already done. So we leave you with that, beloveds, and invite this one to bring through some light language to anchor that awareness in for you, to release from your physical vessel the discouragement and disappointment and frustration that many people are feeling, so that that can be moved out, so that then you can play more fully with this beautiful, powerful imagination that you have. Bring all your senses into your imagining, as many people speak of doing, and remember that vital key point that the mind is not a part of this game of imagining and creating in this way. Okay, beloveds, we want you to know that very soon you are going to see things change, and even before you see them change, you may feel the shift within your your physical vessel, you may come to feel lighter and feel that shift first. So just allow it to be, just trust and know that success is guaranteed, just like what you imagine in your dream state, in your playful imagining state, in your creative state is already there with you. And so it is. Okay, thanks to Lord Ashtar. And I will just bring through some light language now. Yashkia wa ashkni yashkna atma ishkna atwa ashkna atmatni ashkna 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 yashkiaka. I'm feeling a huge energy shift. I saw them just bringing in pillars of light, each one of us like a golden beam of light, and just all over, everywhere, each one of us who are present listening to this. And then now just feeling this beautiful energy shift within my body with this beautiful golden light. So I'm just going to let that integrate for a moment, because I know that it's happening for you as I am feeling it integrate. It's like my whole body is tingling with this light. And now they're saying to me, this is who we are. This is who we are in our divine potential, in our greatest essence of being, in the awareness of the expansion of our greater being and of the expansion of living in a higher frequency. Therefore, we have access to more abilities, more of our innate abilities as humans. Okay. Hiashki atma ashkani I ashkana atma na shikna atma na. Machki atwa ashkana atma ne. Ishkanai tiktika atwa ishkana atma na. Machki atwa ashkana I akna atma ni ashkana atma na. Matki atwa ashkani aya tiktika atwa na. Miashkana atwa e ishkana ishkana maktawa I ashkana ishkana atwa na. So they're saying not to be dismissing our feelings, but also to have this very firm, kind of like Ashtar talked about in this channeling, this really firm state of being that I am choosing this, but not to the point where we're dismissing the feelings that are really coming through for us. So we feel our feelings for a while, but then we decide to shift it. So we feel it, we allow it to be, and then we decide to say, okay, I felt you, and I'm choosing what my experience is going to be in this now moment. Hishka a mishkana nanawa e ishkanai o ishkana atma ishkanai. Hatwi ashkana atma ashkana a ishkata tatik ishkana ai ma ishkana atma e ishkanai. Ishkana wa ishkana matwa ashkana atma nashkia lawa e. Ishkaha ashkaniat wa ashkana. Maktaka iakla ashkina aya ikna ishkana atma a. Yashka atnawa a ishkana at miat lawa e ishkana atma. Miaktaka ashkwana atmna. Yashkani yashkana atna. Maktaki atwa e ikla ashkani ai ishkana atma e ishkana. Maktiktaka atwa e ishkana ai. Maktiktaka a akawa ishkana. Ishkana maktiktawa. They were showing me, I think it's mayflies. They have two sets of wings and they all kind of hatch and leave at once. And they show me all of us just opening our wings and just flying around like little fireflies dancing around the earth, just dropping our light here, there, and everywhere as we become lighter within ourselves. And then we just lift off and fly around and bless the world with our light. And literally with our lightness, literally and figuratively. Very beautiful. So thank you everyone for being present. I hope this really helps, and it's such an honor to be here with you. And I just want you to know that my membership is live. There's 3 different levels. The first level is Love Notes, which are channeled messages 5 days a week, Monday to Friday, in your inbox with a beautiful meme to set the tone for the message, and 3 or 4 paragraphs from whoever wants to come through as delivering the message that day. And then we also do light language activations and channeling Q&As in the different levels. So you can find access to that. Just scroll down on my homepage and look for the gateway, and you will find access to that. And also I'm the author, oops, that's the old book, of these 2 books for those of you who may not know: The Spiritual Seeker's Guide to Happiness and Conversations with a Tree. Both available on my website as well, so check that out. Thank you so much for being present and being the beautiful light that you are in the world. Shine brightly, my friends. I will talk to you soon.